Good day. This is Peter B. And we're going to finish up with part 2 of the packaging of cigarette cards or tobacco cards. And I'm going to show you various packs that they were inserted in on this episode of Tobacco Card Tuesday. Now, the first one I want to show you is from T206. That is Tolstoy. I don't really know how to pronounce it. Tolstoy, Tolstoy, Russian cigarettes. I only have half of the box. The other half was ripped off, but this is the important half anyways. So that would be folded out, push style box. These are the sides and that's the top. Cigarettes would be inside, and they would use stiffener as tobacco card. And here is Mr. Jones, T206 from Detroit. And he has a Tolstoy back. So that would be inserted in the pack as a stiffener and also a incentive to buy them. T206 Tolstoy Russian cigarettes. And once again, the back. Second card I want to show you is Obac. Obac mouthpiece cigarettes. And this is that push. You would push that in and the inside box would come out with your cigarettes and you take one. That's the side. And the back with the tax stamp. Now inside these would be the Obac cigarette cards, baseball, and they were considered the T206 of the West. And here's one right here. It's from the Pacific League and other West Coast leagues. These players weren't in T206, they were represented in Obac. And that's Obac mouthpiece cigarettes. And these are from 1909, 1911, same time as the T206s, just for the West Coast. Okay, the third one I want to show you is Mecca. So you push this in. I think there's something in here. Nope, just a stiffener. Push this in. That's the side. Has the tax stamp. Mecca cigarettes. And inside these, you would get the Mecca double folders. So this would have been folded in half and fit right inside here. This side is lap with the Philadelphia A's. And if you fold it down, you'd have these legs attached to Barry, Jack Barry of the Philadelphia A's. A little bit of stats, Mecca cigarettes. And once again, they would be folded and stuck in these Mecca cigarette boxes. Next one I want to show you is Recruit. This is Recruit Little Cigars. Nice picture of a Civil War soldier. And don't forget, these came out maybe 40 years after the Civil War. So Civil War was still sort of recent memory. That's the side, 10 little cigars. That's the back. Recruit little cigars. Little Civil War artwork there. And is the push this end. Now as stiffeners, they would use T207s. And here is Lap from Philadelphia A's. And that's the back. Recruit little cigars. The T207s came out after the T206 and T205s. It was T207 in 1912. Recruit little cigars. Now, next one I want to show you, and I'll take it out of the bag. Hold on, because this is a very beautiful pack. Sorry, I should have had this out of the bag before. And that is Pirate cigarettes. Says it was distributed by W.D.&H.O. Wills, which is a very prominent tobacco card maker in England. On the back, Pirate cigarettes. Nice scene of a battle on deck and then a battle broadside. But inside these, and if you have one, they're very, very rare. I mean, John Mangini rare. Very rare. They had cards, similar fronts as the T206s, but the backs would look like this. Pretty much a stamped duplicate of the front. And like I said, they're very rare. So they did have T206-like cards distributed through H.O. Wills' channel, but they were American cards. And they were issued to U.S. servicemen stationed in the Far East. For example, Singapore and China. So if a serviceman got one with a baseball card and kept it, brought it home, and you see it up for auction, it's going to go for a lot of money. Like I said, that's the cool back. Similar as the front of the pirate card. Now, unfortunately, this card is not a baseball card. It's a card with Chinese, and they issued a lot of these cards inside the pirate packs. But like I said, they did issue baseball cards, which is very rare. These are more common, not as expensive because not as wantable. But Pirate cigarettes, beautiful pack. And once again, the battle on deck and the two ships broadside going at it. So that's Pirate cigarette. Next one I want to show you is Helmer. And these boxes are fairly common to find. Not that expensive. It wasn't a slide shell box. There's our tax stamp. That's the first of all. There's a nice graphics, camel, little temple. And then, of course, our tax stamp. And these would open up. And your cigarettes would be in here. And you would also find a cellophane, is that what this is? Material? I don't know. This little baggie. Smoke Helmer cigarettes and carry your postage stamps in this envelope. And what they're talking about are these Helmer stamps. And here is Grant from the Cincinnati Reds. The backs are blank, and like the envelope tells you, they will not stick, but they still were considered little stamps. So this would be in here, and then these would be in the Helmer box. Okay, next one is Duke's Cameo. Once again, beautiful box from the 1880s. The side and the other side. And once again, I push open this box, push this in to open this box. And inside, you would find, unfortunately, this one doesn't have one. This came out just after they stopped doing it. But you would find a card. Now, there were no baseball, but they did a lot of non-sport cards. This is a beautiful card from the 1880s of striped bass. From the Fishers and Fish series, packed in Duke's cigarettes. So a little bit earlier, that would have been in here. This one actually has all its cigarettes intact, as well as these filters. You put your cigarette on the end, and you have a little filter. And unfortunately, no card. It did come with this, and these are actually books. So you can save these. And send them in for a book. And these are the books. So once again, they did this just after they stopped putting cards in. They still gave a little incentive for buyers with the book, but beautiful box. Okay, this is patented July 20th, 1886. And like I said, earlier ones did come with non-sport, beautiful tobacco cards. So Duke's Cameo cigarettes. Next one I want to show you is Virginia Brights. Little plain looking, 1887, handmade. It was an Allen and Ginter product. Now, once again, they did not have sports cards. They had non-sport cards as part of the Allen and Ginter. Virginia Brights. Little plain looking pack, consisted of non-sport cards. Okay. 1910. Murad cigarettes. Turkish cigarette. Little Pharaoh dogs. Both sides. And that's the back. Beautiful artwork. Egyptian themed. And inside these, well, that's the inside box. You would get T51 Murad cigarette cards. And this is the only sport cards they did, and it was of colleges. So this is State University, Lexington, Kentucky. So you get this with your cigarettes, or they also did non-sports. Oh, I'm sorry, this is from Helmer. This goes back to Helmer, Turkish cigarettes. So this goes back to the one with the stamps. This guy. If you didn't get a baseball stamp, you get a non-sport. And this is Rhode Island. And that's the back. This box has the college cards. So Murad, Turkish cigarette. Now, you might have noticed this sitting out there. If I get in focus, bring it up. On the right, you'll see an old Judge card. The N172. Sepia photograph with a blank back. They were found in packages of old Judge. The sides. And that's the back. I don't have the inside box, but that's the outside box, which is better. So you would get nice old Judge N172 baseball card. Or you could get a non-sport card. As an example of a Cocker Spaniel. That's the back of it. Goodwin and Company, old Judge. Now, Goodwin also made a sister card, pack of cigarettes. Now it's called Dog's Head. And inside, you would get mostly actresses, a photo just like the baseball player you see on the right, but it would be of an actress. And both of them contain a little piece of paper like the one I showed you with Dukes that you can send in and get a premium cabinet card of baseball players. Now, I don't have one. They're very expensive. Wish I did. But that premium ticket came in both Old Judge and Dog's Head. Now, the final one I want to show you is Turkey Red. A couple of months ago, I did a video on the T3 cards or cabinet cards from 1911, and I showed you the pack and the thing that comes inside and also a bunch of T3 Turkey Red cards. After I shot the video, I put the pack away somewhere safe where I wouldn't lose it. And you know what? When you do that, what happens? I cannot find it. But trust me, I have one somewhere in the house. And you can see it if you go back and look at my video on T3s, Turkey Reds. Inside the pack of Turkey Red, you get this picture coupon. On receipt of 10 of these coupons, one of which is packed in each box, and like I said, I do have a box somewhere, Turkey Red cigarettes, we will mail you a post-paid, handsome autograph picture on prominent ball player. Lithograph picture. I was going to say they weren't autographed. Offer expires June 30th, 1911, so unfortunately I can't send this in. But these would be in the packs. And they give you a checklist. And you pick out which card you wanted. And they'd mail you the T3 cabinet card. Now, if you look at number 9, see if I can get it in focus. Number 9 is Cobb from Detroit. So someone filled out one of these saying they wanted Cobb from Detroit. And this is what you would get. Let's It's going to be hard to show. There it is. Cobb, Detroit. T3 cabinet card. And on the back is that same checklist. Some of the backs had advertising for Turkey Red. Others had this checklist, same checklist I just showed you that came inside the pack. So Ty Cobb of Detroit, a T3. I mean, yes, I'd love this to be in mint condition. Those colors would pop if it was. I have some pinholes. I have rough corners. But hey, it's a T3 Cobb. What can I say? One of my most prized cards. Like I said, I'm sorry I could not show you the box. It's around somewhere. There's another pinhole. Don't know where I put it. I put it safe, somewhere safe though. So that's part 2, the final part of my showing of cigarette cards and what came in the boxes. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Tobacco Card Tuesday. Thank you.